Let's get into this hat and see what I pull out first. Great, a blank. What's cracking, you crackheads? Can I say that? So today I'm here just writing a little challenge for myself. I want to keep this video very sweet and short, so let's just get straight into it. I've been writing down the things that I want to include into these challenge videos that I'm going to make. So I've got sunrise, day, night, straight 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Why the hell did I cut it like this? Now pick all these things up. Okay, oh God. Okay, so we picked all these up now. I'm just gonna go and put these into a hat. This is said hat. Let's pop these in there. Give it a little shake about. This is how it's gonna go, right? I've put my little notes in here. I'm gonna shake them all up. And whichever one I pull out first is locked in on the challenge. So if I get a 10-minute timer and then suddenly I pull out an hour timer next, I'm locked in to the 10-minute timer. So you get the rules. Let's get into this hat and see what I pull out first. A blank. Perfect. That's amazing. Oh, we have 24 shots. Can you see that? If I move my head, let's go now. What we got? 85mm. Lens of choice, 85. Okay. That's neat because I haven't even used that lens yet. What we got now? Local. I have to shoot locally. And a 20-minute timer, if you guys can see that one. Let's chuck that there. Mixed up, and this has to be, come on, let's get the last one. What do we need now? I don't know what we need right now. What does this say? Oh, of course. Perfect. Nighttime. I think that's everything locked in we need for the challenge. So let's just get out and try something. All right, so this is me of the future jumping in because I've realized as I'm looking through this footage that maybe I should have thought of a different way to film this whole challenge thing. But you know what? It's the first one and I'm learning and I'm sure we'll get it right in whichever one happens to come next. So let me get it out of the box straight away. The big main problem that I had. Now I told you what I pulled out the hat, right? So I've already got a picture of it here. Now there's one thing that I forgot to pull out the hat. I should have kept pulling, and that was the genre of photographer. Lord. It was the genre of photography that I was supposed to be shooting that evening. Yeah. So let's get into the challenge and talk about how I got on, and let's go over some of those photos. All right then, so my first idea was to jump in the car. I thought, you know what, I've only got 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna be able to do this all on foot, especially where I live. It's like, it's kind of spread out. It's not in one location like a city. It's kind of, the town is kind of spread. So yeah, I thought, let me get in the car and just find my first location. So the first location that I found was a location that I've been seeing for ages, and I've always wanted to shoot it on blue hour, but obviously it was already nighttime, and that's of this factory. Now, if you guys have if you guys have ever played the game Metal Gear Solid, this factory, if I could just get in there, man, it's so Metal Gear Solid. It's so Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, anyway, I only got to basically the front boundaries where I could see this door in the distance, and this is the particular shot that I came away with. At this point here, it looks like I shot about 4 images, and this is the actual image that I settled on from this location. I've got like the little trees there on the right with a car just coming past, just to show the size of the factory. But the main focus is on that door that's just lit up right there. I just think it looks super dope, and it makes use of using that 85mm lens. This 85mm lens, man, I fell in love with it. But we need to talk about this lens in another video. So from that point there, I already looked at the timer, and I think we already shared like 4 or 5 minutes just walking to this location. So I decided to kind of run back as quick as I could. I took a few shots of some cars that were just parked up there and some lorries in the bay. They didn't really come out too well. And then I realized how little time I had left. I think I was already down to 11 minutes from that point there. And literally I've already shot nothing. That was great. So I legged it back to the car. It was tipping it down the rain. And then when I got in the car, I was stuck in traffic. Yeah, so it was less than a mile. I even had to go to the next location, but I was stuck in traffic. Now, as part of the challenge goes, I want to keep the timer set. So as soon as I take the first image, the timer's on. or as soon as I get out the car, the timer's on and it doesn't stop until it stops. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop it because I'm stuck in traffic. That's my fault for jumping in traffic. So yeah, anyway, I jumped in the car, stuck in traffic for a little bit, but then I made it to my second location. Now, when I got there, it was quite difficult. I couldn't really find an image that I wanted to get. I mean, it was just a car park and a shopping center, and across the way, there was like a fuel station or a petrol station. So I thought, why don't I just try and theme this around kind of neon lights and puddles and stuff like that. So I came away with this shot here, which is a bit of like an advertisement kind of shot. But I liked the fact that there was loads of cars. You couldn't really see it here, but there's loads of cars passing by and the petrol station was just empty. And I liked that whole weird solitude kind of feel in this image. So it was okay. And then after that, I just span around and started walking around a little bit. And then I got a few snaps of some people. I got this snap of this puddle, which it's a puddle with a neon light. I think at this point, I was already like, oh my goodness, I've probably got like 6 or 7 minutes left in the time or something even less than that. I was already like all over the place. 20 minutes on this challenge is difficult. Like my mind was just spinning. I had no idea. I couldn't think of any compositions. I couldn't think of anything. But this is a good thing. It was like pushing me. It was pushing me to be a better photographer, to focus in. So anyway, I kind of saw this guy here. He was going to walk through this tunnel. I thought, let me see if I can line him up perfectly. But he started to do some weird zigzagging walking, and I just got some pathetic shots. After that, I kind of took my attention onto some cars, and I was just trying to get a whip pan kind of shot, trying to grab some motion. It kind of adds a bit more, you know, mystery to these photos. So I went around just trying to take some pictures of cars, and these are the ones that I came out with. Not too great, nothing special. And that was it. Basically, I came down to like 2 minutes left on the time, and I was just scrambling for images. I thought, I'm not gonna walk no more. I'm just gonna stand where I am and get whatever I can from this location. So I stood still and I literally just turned left and right to just grab some shots. I got some shots of some cars going through some puddles, and then finally this police car was whizzing past, and I think I just got a whip pan shot of this police car going past. After that, I made my way back towards the car because the timer was about to go off, and I snapped some other shots of some shopping trolleys and things like that, and then the timer went off. Literally, that was my first challenge. It was just like, I got all excited, I went out there, and by the time I got out there, got everything ready, the timer had already finished. Yeah. But you know what? It was fun. The anticipation beforehand, the getting ready for it, the going out there, it kind of forced me to get out on a day that I probably wasn't gonna go out on. So I was pretty happy with it. I really enjoyed it, and I think that you guys should do something very, very similar in your local town. I mean, I wouldn't normally go out and shoot where I go shopping, where I put my fuel in my car. I just wouldn't bother shooting around those locations normally. So this challenge kind of got me out locally to do that. I just wish the challenge was a little bit more specified, because I had no idea. I was running around like a headless chicken. I wish it was more specified, and I wish I had a lot longer at a time. Like I needed at least an hour or two. But I suppose if it was more specified and it said you're just doing car photography, or you're just doing urban, or you're doing portrait shoots, I guess I would have been more focused, and I could have just honed in on that one particular skill set. But instead, I was all over the place. But that's my first challenge, and I want you guys to go out and do a challenge as well. And if you do a challenge, take some pictures about it. If you haven't got a YouTube video, and tag me to those pictures on Instagram. Tell me about this challenge and how you got on. It's just so I can see how you guys get on with the challenge. And if you do have a YouTube video, I implore you guys to also try this challenge. And if you have a YouTube video and you're in the UK, let's hook up together and let's do a challenge together. Why not? So yeah, that's my first ever solo photo challenge. I enjoyed it. I'm excited to try another one. I've even got this little wheel thing on my phone now, this fortune wheel you can spin around and pick. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. So if you got any other ideas for some challenges and things I should add into my challenges, let me know. I'm gonna try and film the next ones a lot better, because this was quite pants. But anyway, no more talk. I will catch you guys in whichever video happens to come next. Peace.
You always walk into the building like it's yours, acting like every little thing you do's a